When was the last time you truly lived in the moment? Not just going through the motions, but actually feeling the sun on your face, hearing real laughter, or tasting your morning coffee without your mind racing a million miles ahead. For Rhea, those moments felt like a distant memory. Her days were a blur of to-do lists, deadlines, and a constant hum of worry about what might go wrong tomorrow. Even when she tried to relax, her mind would get hijacked by unfinished tasks and future plans. She often felt like she was missing something important, something vital, but she just didn't know how to slow down. Tonight, Rhea's story will show us how a child's simple wisdom can open our eyes to the beauty we overlook every single day, and how living in the moment can change everything if we just let it. Rhea's life moved at a relentless, almost frantic pace. Her mornings didn't start with a gentle wake-up, but with the shrill ring of an alarm, immediately followed by a flood of emails and calendar reminders before she'd even finished her first cup of tea. She juggled meetings, phone calls, and an endless stream of notifications, always with one eye on the clock. Even her lunch breaks weren't breaks at all. Her mind would race ahead to the next task, the next problem to solve. At home, she'd try to unwind with a book or a favorite show, but her thoughts kept drifting back to tomorrow's deadlines and yesterday's mistakes. The world around her could be perfectly still, but inside her mind it was a constant whirlwind of plans and worries. Rhea was always somewhere else, anywhere but here, in the present moment. This constant busyness came at a price, a cost she rarely stopped to acknowledge. She was missing the small joys that once made her smile. A bird singing outside her window, the comforting warmth of her mother's hug, the simple pleasure of her favorite dessert. Conversations with friends felt shallow because she was only half listening, the other half worrying about what she needed to do next. Even when she was surrounded by loved ones, she felt a quiet sense of loneliness, as if she were watching her own life from behind a glass wall. The anxiety of never being caught up gnawed at her, making her restless and impatient. She'd scroll through social media, seeing others savoring sunsets, laughing with family, truly living, and she'd wonder, what am I doing wrong? What am I missing? So many of us never realize the richness of now until it's gone. Would Rhea wake up before another day slipped by unnoticed? Or would she keep chasing a future that never quite arrives, missing the beauty that was right there in front of her all along? The answer, she would soon discover, was closer than she ever thought. Rhea's days blurred together, each one packed with tasks, but feeling completely empty of meaning. She barely noticed the golden light of the morning or the gentle rain tapping against her window. When her parents called, she listened with half an ear, her mind already jumping to the next meeting on her schedule. She'd promised friends she'd catch up soon, but then weeks would slip by in a haze of busyness. Even when she was with the people she loved most, she felt a step removed, as if her real life was happening somewhere else, somewhere in the future. The anxiety of never being caught up haunted her, making her irritable and short-tempered. She'd scroll through photos of others laughing, traveling, living fully, and wonder what their secret was. So many people never realize the beauty of the present until it's too late. Would Rhea be one of them? Or would she stop chasing a future that never arrives and see the moments that truly matter before they slipped quietly through her fingers? The answer was waiting for her, in the most unexpected place, a lesson from a child who already knew how to live in the now. One Saturday, Rhea's sister called with a last-minute request. Could Rhea watch her niece Anya for the afternoon? Rhea hesitated, her mind immediately flashing to her overflowing to-do list. But she couldn't say no. When Anya arrived, she was a whirlwind of energy and questions. Rhea tried to keep working on her laptop, half-heartedly answering the little girl's non-stop chatter. But Anya was persistent. She tugged at Rhea's sleeve, asking her to play, to look, to listen. At first, Rhea felt frustrated, glancing at her phone every few minutes, but Anya's pure, uninhibited laughter was infectious. She started to notice how Anya marveled at a tiny ladybug on the windowsill, how she asked about the shapes of the clouds, how she giggled with delight at the simple sound of her own footsteps. Slowly, almost without realizing it, Rhea found herself putting her phone down, completely drawn into Anya's world of wonder and presence. Later that afternoon, they went for a walk after a light rain. The world felt fresh and new, the air tinged with the clean scent of wet earth. As they strolled down the sidewalk, Anya suddenly stopped, her eyes lighting up at the sight of a big, glistening puddle. Without a second thought, she jumped right in, water splashing everywhere. She turned to Rhea, her face beaming with pure joy, and called out, "Come on, jump with me." Rhea hesitated. She glanced at her clean shoes, thinking about her schedule, about being practical. But Anya's laughter was irresistible. Taking a deep breath, Rhea stepped into the puddle, feeling the cool water soak her feet. For a moment, she forgot about her worries, her deadlines, and her phone. She was simply there, laughing with her niece, feeling the unadulterated joy of that single moment. The world seemed to slow down, and Rhea realized how long it had been since she'd let herself be so free. That simple, messy leap became a turning point, a reminder that life's magic is found not in planning every step, but in embracing the present, wherever it leads. As Rhea watched Anya skip ahead, shoes squelching and eyes wide with wonder, she felt a gentle shift inside her. She realized that Anya's happiness didn't come from having a perfect plan or a busy schedule. It came from noticing the world as it was, right now. Every puddle, every cloud, every tiny discovery was a source of pure delight, because Anya was fully present for it. Rhea understood in that moment that living in the moment wasn't about ignoring responsibilities, but about allowing herself to truly experience what was in front of her. She made a promise to herself to pause each day, to notice something beautiful, a sound, a color, a smile, and let herself be there, fully. The lesson was so simple, but so powerful. Joy is found in presence, if we only choose to see it. In the days that followed, Rhea carried Anya's lesson with her everywhere. She started each morning by noticing the warmth of her tea, the softness of sunlight on her face, the sound of birds outside her window. At work, she took small breaks to just breathe and look around, letting herself be present instead of getting lost in worry. With friends and family, she listened more deeply, savoring their laughter and conversation without distraction. The constant, buzzing anxiety that once filled her days began to fade, replaced by a gentle sense of peace and connection. Rhea felt lighter, more alive, and deeply grateful for the simple moments she used to overlook. Living in the moment wasn't just a lesson from a child, it became her new way of being. So, what moment can you savor right now? Just for a second, take a breath, look around you, and let yourself notice something simple and beautiful, just as a child would. The joy you're searching for is often waiting right here in the present, not in some distant future. Share your own experience of living in the moment in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. And if this resonated with you, please subscribe for more stories that help you rediscover the joy of now. Thank you for watching.